Get on the floor! Do it now!
The Special Constabulary is the nation's volunteer police force.
Do you know the gent?
What's your speed?
It's made up of over 20,000 members of the public
Oh, he's gone down there.
who give their time to fight crime in their communities.
Out! Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
Specials combine their day jobs
Stage, please.
and home lives
He's a good boy.
with being serving police officers on the front line. Coming up,
Then, incoming.
Missiles start coming in and they're hitting things with quite a bit of force.
Harvey breaks up trouble on New Year's Eve.
Hands on the car now.
James helps officers looking for fuel thieves.
They use it themselves, they can sell it on, they can do all sorts.
Just hold your hands up for me.
I don't like you. And I don't
Stop
agree
pointing
with
at
you.
me.
And Adam has to keep his cool when dealing with a very tricky customer.
You, mate, are an idiot. You're being very aggressive.
You've got to have thick skin as a police officer, but there is a level at which you're going to take abuse.
I've got a £30 fine. I've talked to two for half an hour.
As a special, there are some nights you know are going to be busier than others.
I've got mine. It's just in case we need.
Tonight is one such occasion, New Year's Eve. Acting Special Inspector Harvey Barker is getting ready for his shift.
You've got Harley, you've got cuffs. Thank you. You've got baton. Right, we're done.
Plan for tonight, which is basically public order patrols around the pubs and clubs. We're very, very short officers tonight. New Year's Eve, the wheels are going to fall off at some point.
Cambridgeshire Police deal with around 350 incidents on a night like this, 4 times more than usual.
Who the hell is setting off fireworks?
Oh, this is fun. I think we may be on.
So volunteers like Harvey prove invaluable to the force.
She all right? All right, fair enough. Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you.
New Year's Eve's a really good night for specials. We're really, really well used and we boost the numbers. You know, we can actually double the size of a shift going out.
Although many people choose to be out partying tonight, Harvey is happy to give his time for his local force.
They need people to do this kind of thing. If everyone stayed at home and didn't put themselves in the line, then who would?
At 9:30, a call comes in reporting trouble in Soham town centre.
We've got a call that there's 5+ groups of youths smashing stuff up in Soham High Street. So we're going to have a look, see what's going on down there.
The police have had problems with drunk young people causing trouble in this area before, and regular officer Den Williams advises the specials on the plan of action for tonight.
I want us to be really robust, really positive. Any youth may be involved, drinking alcohol, or take it home if we have to.
We went there to have a good look around, see what we could find, and then spotted a large group of youths, some with bottles in hands, going down a side road.
Hello. Shall I get another chat? Don't run, there's good boys.
Come here!
That's all of you.
Do you understand? Come here, stand still.
Hey,
I'm over here.
do we all speak English?
Yes.
Yeah. What does come here mean? Simple instructions by a police officer. You do what they say, is that clear?
The youths the officers have pulled over aren't behaving antisocially, but they are carrying a large quantity of alcohol.
First impressions of the group were they look a bit young, and they're carrying bottles, and they've got backpacks, and they're obviously drinking. So initially you're thinking, yeah, there's quite a bit of booze here.
Got ID on you? Brilliant. Thank you. 17, got any alcohol on you?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, give it over. You don't
No,
need
I'm
it.
17.
Come here, I want the rest of it, I ain't that stupid. Sorry I seem a bit cross with you, but we're getting called to youngsters causing problems in Soham already.
Really? As well?
Yeah.
The officers decide to confiscate the booze from the boys.
Some of them were underage, some were over 18, and we knew that the guys who were over 18 were going to just pass drink to the guys who were underage. At that point, and because of the problems we have had in that area before for drinking, we know, nip this in the bud, deal with it robustly, get the alcohol off the streets, take it off of them.
We'll take your details, and your parents, when you get your letter home, can come and get it if they want it.
Okay.
I didn't realise they'd be drinking it.
Very well done.
Officers issue a fixed penalty notice to an 18-year-old for supplying alcohol to his underage friends.
One of the guys who was over 18 in the group had actually bought most of the alcohol and was quite happy to pass it amongst his friends, even though he knew some of them were under 18.
Should you be supplying alcohol to minors?
No.
No. Because of that, I'm also going to seize your alcohol tonight in fear that you may supply them.
Yeah.
And the amount of alcohol here is far too much for 16, 17-year-old lads to be drinking, I think.
I mean, yeah.
300 ml.
I was incredibly surprised by the amount of alcohol they had on them. I really didn't think they could carry that much. I think we carried over 40 different items, including bottles, cans, and really, really large containers of alcohol.
All right, sorry we'll take the alcohol away.
I can understand that the guys didn't mean harm, they just wanted a quiet drink, and they were good lads at heart, but ultimately I think they accepted they'd done wrong.
Harvey juggles volunteering for the police with the demands of a full-time job.
Well, I work in IT, part of a small team, and I'm the frontline support. It could be just dealing with someone just had a broken keyboard or printer. It could be the really, really panicky customer, someone who's got a problem with a virus or something like that, needs resolving straight away. So, yeah, you deal with a little bit of pressure, but it's not as much as the policing.
And Harvey sees strong people skills as an essential part of his work as a special.
I love helping people, customer service, which translates to the policing, so I do like that. I love helping people. When you turn up to someone's door and the look of gratitude on their face, you can't beat it. It's better than a paycheck, I think.
Back on shift on New Year's Eve, and at 2:40 in the morning, Harvey and the team receive another call requesting immediate assistance.
There's some people trying to gate crash a party in Ely, so we're en route now. Because it's, with alcohol involved, it's going to get rowdy. Do you want to give us the update?
Officers head straight there, but while en route, they receive another call.
It's just getting news in now that it's escalated, and they've been turned away from the door, and now they're actually trying to break in. So it's getting worse. 4 short shields.
Now, as we're making our way, we then get a second call to say it's escalated, and they're now using aggression, they're now breaking windows. That's when you just have to get there. It doesn't matter what you do, you have to get there, you have to deal with it. It's helping people. There are people there who've called you for a reason. They're scared, and they want the boys in blue to turn up.
The officers arrive on scene and go to question the partygoers.
And all the front windows are smashed in.
They said there'd been some youths trying to gate crash the party, and they'd been quite aggressive. I noticed at that point one of the windows was broken. On a whim, I then turned around and started moving away from the party, thinking, well, what if they are actually still around and we haven't noticed them?
What we've got is some youths trying to get into the property to attend the party. Den, incoming.
When we get to the van and missiles start coming in and they're hitting things, with quite a bit of force, shields are the order of the day. Safety, preserve life, that's what we're doing.
Harvey and the team look for whoever's throwing the missiles and who has caused the damage at the party.
The adrenaline does kick in, and there's the whole fight or fly instinct comes in, but the training helps. And you just want to find the people that are doing it, because they've hurt some people at the end of the day, or they're intimidating people, they're making people afraid. That's why we're there, to stop that. So we're advancing, and then we saw a group of males, and we think, game on.
Take your hands out of your pockets for me for a moment, please.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Right, all 4 of you, hands on the top of that car there. Hands on the car, hands on the car. Hands on the car now. Hands on the car.
Hey, what are you pushing me for?
The guys did appear intoxicated. They looked like they had quite a bit to drink, but that's not uncommon.
The officers put the men in handcuffs while they wait for a police van to take them to custody.
All 4 of you, get this one cuffed as well.
Ridiculous,
all 4 of you at the moment are under arrest on suspicion of criminal damage.
Criminal damage? Come on.
The reason for your arrest is for a prompt and effective investigation,
Okay, yeah.
so that we can do bits and bobs.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, we got statements to obtain and things like that. You 4 have been named.
Named?
Named.
We had sufficient cause, I think, at that moment in time to arrest them. They were named by people at the party, and one of the guys' names, when he gave us his name, matched. So we're thinking, right, OK, these are the guys we're after.
The 4 men arrested on suspicion of criminal damage were taken to custody and were ultimately released with no further action.
We got a lot done, we achieved a lot with very little resources. Yeah, it was good. It's a real sense of achievement coming away from that.
It's now 3 o'clock in the morning on New Year's Day, and Harvey feels he's done all he can tonight to help his local community and make a difference.
Something like that, seeing that scene, seeing people anxious, worried, nervous, afraid, basically. You're there to help these people. That's one of the reasons I became a special.
Specials are unpaid volunteers who work alone or alongside the regular police to fight crime in their communities.
We got all of them! Don't want to see you walking on the main road again. Come on. Recovery's obviously en route.
Specials are not police community support officers. They're fully fledged members of the police force who have the same powers in law as their paid colleagues, including the power of arrest.
Stop it!
Move over.
No, 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 no!
Move out of the way.
No.
Within many special constabularies, officers can rise through the ranks, from constable all the way to chief specials officer.
Ouch, I found a thorn. Let me remind you, you're under arrest and everything you say will be written down.
Specials work 16 hours a month or more as volunteers and undertake all kinds of duties, from policing community events to arresting hardened criminals.
Right. They put the heater on for us.
And one such dedicated special is 27-year-old James Chatfield.
It's a very modern design. For my day job, I'm an estate agent, and I've been doing that for around 10 years now. That sort of stuff can obviously be relocated. It takes quite a lot of commitment. It's long hours, it's working weekends, late evenings. It's a job that you've got to really enjoy to do it, a bit like being a special constable.
Lovely. Cheers. Thank you. Nice cold drink for a nice cold night, eh?
Yeah. James devotes around 60 hours a month to volunteering for the police, but he still makes time for his friends and family.
I manage to balance everything I do, my work life, my social life, quite well.
Cheers.
Cheers. I don't get much time, but that must be because I enjoy it so much. What is he now? CID?
Yeah, he's the crime manager.
James's dad, Andrew, was a regular police officer in Cambridgeshire and is pleased that his son is continuing the family tradition of service to the community.
It's not just a career, it's a calling, and from my perspective, I still miss the job. So he's carrying that on, probably in you know, for me, makes me extremely proud, and I'm really pleased that we're still there with that policing.
The county of Cambridgeshire covers around 1,300 square miles. And as a special based in a rural area of the county, James sometimes patrols a huge area while on shift.
The area where I'm based is the Fenland area, so it is rural, it is really spread out, so an absolutely massive area. I've done shifts before where I've worked a late shift or a night shift, and we've done 250 to 300 miles in a shift.
Policing these rural areas can bring real challenges for James and his regular colleagues.
People that live in rural areas can be targeted. You see somewhere out in the middle of nowhere and you think that's a prime target for a burglary. We do see more of those types of crimes in the really rural areas.
Tonight, James is on shift with PC Matt Smart, and just before midnight, a call comes over the radio requesting assistance.
There's an officer just called up to say that she's got 3 prisoners out in this remote area, so they've asked for a van. There's no vans available, so we'll go offer some initial support. The call that came through was that 2 officers had stopped a vehicle down the rural farm track, and they had these 3 males detained. If something was to kick off, 2 officers against 3 of them, it's not a great situation to be in.
James and Matt arrive on scene to find that other officers have pulled over a silver car and are in the process of searching it.
When I turned up to the scene, there was a vehicle down the single track leading down to a farm, and there was the 3 males sat inside the car, and it was full of empty diesel drums.
The officers who requested backup from James and Matt pulled the car over because it was seen acting suspiciously.
Basically, we're on patrols tonight looking for people responsible for a series of diesel thefts in the area. Colleagues spotted this car, silver one, coming up one of the drives. Spied it in the mirror going one way. As we've gone up, it's spun round, come back, and we were caught it coming down here, pulled over, and obviously we've opened up the car and it's full of these drums which are commonly used for putting diesel in.
I've counted, I think, almost 20 5-gallon drums in the back of the car, so there's a substantial amount of fuel that could potentially go missing.
The containers found in the car could carry over £500 worth of fuel.
Basically, they'll siphon the fuel out into all of the containers, make off with it, and to be perfectly honest, it'd be pretty difficult to catch them after the act actually happens. It was an absolutely fantastic stop by the regular officers.
Pulled out and gone up here.
In rural areas, there has been no end of diesel thefts. The price of diesel, I think, is the main reason they go for it, and they can sell it on. They can use it themselves, they can sell it on, they can do all sorts.
Thefts from agricultural businesses alone cost farmers over £50 million a year, and robberies involving diesel in particular are on the rise.
Diesel thefts can impact on all sorts of people, farmers or ordinary members of the public that have had their petrol tank drilled. The cost of the damage that they're causing trying to get it as well is unreal, and ultimately it is the victims that have to pay for it all.
Grab the driver and have him in the back of your car just so we can split them up. They're talking, we can't do much about it.
No. You want to step out for me? No, just hold your hands out for me.
Officers decide to separate the suspects and put them in different vehicles while they wait for the van to come and take them to custody.
No, fine, I'll do that. It was important to separate the suspects as soon as possible. That's it. Put your hand in there for me.
Yeah.
With them talking in their own language and us not being able to understand it, they could have been concocting some sort of story, so when they go to interview, that they'll have a get-out clause. Right, if you'd like to come and take a seat in the back of our car, please.
The men will need to give an account of their movements in interview and explain the large amount of plastic containers found in the car.
The 3 males were arrested for going equipped to steal diesel. When the car was searched, the evidence suggested that is exactly what they were going to do. Mind your head. He's absolutely devastated. I'm not sure they haven't realised exactly what's happening. Their English isn't that good. I think as soon as he saw the cuffs come out, I think he's realised he's now sat in the back of our vehicle with his head pretty much in his lap. So I think now it's become a bit of reality.
The van arrives, ready to take the suspects to custody.
All right, stick this one in the back of your van, is that all right?
You want to go with these gentlemen in their van?
We would like to have caught them actually siphoning some fuel out, but unfortunately, that's not the case this evening. But yeah, I'll take this any day of the week, definitely, yeah.
Do you want to step out?
James is proud of his work as a special and his role in tonight's arrests.
Oh, yeah, you smell lovely of diesel. You know what I mean? Working the countryside shifts and knowing what goes on, I think that I can certainly do my bit to helping those people that are at risk because of the areas where they live.
The driver was charged with motoring offences, but no further action was taken against the suspects in relation to the charge of going equipped to steal. Cambridge, a beautiful English city full of historic buildings. It's been a centre of learning since the 13th century. But this academic heritage causes a modern-day problem for the police and specials like Adam Barnwell.
Cambridge is primarily a student city. It's built out of colleges, so you have academics and students on bikes every day, thousands of them, and a lot of them don't have lights, so it's a big problem for us in Cambridge.
Around 19,000 cyclists are killed or injured each year in the UK. Cambridgeshire Constabulary do what they can to tackle this shocking statistic with help from the specials.
Hi mate, can you jump on the path for me? I know, you want to back the lights, yeah.
Tonight, Adam and fellow Special Constable Roger Thornton are out doing their bit to solve the problem of cyclists without lights.
You can get another set? But you could have been hit tonight and that would have been it.
This police operation isn't just about punishing people who are breaking the law.
We're running an operation to do with bike lights, any biking offences, and it's all for their safety and the safety of other road users.
The problem with missing a front light is you're always coming alongside vehicles, especially at roundabouts. They can't see you in their wing mirror because you don't have a front light.
It's just so dangerous to not have lights. You could potentially die if you don't have lights on your bike, especially in Cambridge with the amount of cyclists and the traffic we have going through.
When he's not out trying to improve the safety of cyclists, 26-year-old Adam has a very different life.
I'm a website developer at a game studio in Cambridge, and what that consists of is me building websites for distribution on the internet, and it's what I've been doing since university, since I was, well, 16, back in school actually.
At the moment, I'm trying to fix a bug whereby on the high scores, some players see their names, they're slightly askew to where they are supposed to be on the design.
Adam combines the demands of his full-time job with volunteering as a special and finding time for his girlfriend Katie.
I work between about 30 and 50 hours a month doing specialling. Katie, my girlfriend, is very understanding. We have had a few arguments in the past about my time I'm putting in and things, and she does have to rein me in. I just get carried away sometimes.
So when's your next shift?
I don't know, I'm thinking about next weekend, but I'm not sure if we've got anything on.
I think when he started just doing the police, it was sort of a bit difficult trying to find the right balance, but we generally worked out a good routine of when he might go out. So if he was going to go out on a Friday night, I'd arrange my girls' night out, and we, both see our families when we can, and it's actually started to become quite a nice, healthy balance between sort of our lives and him doing his police.
Yep. We have to give you a ticket, I'm afraid. However,
back on the streets of Cambridge, and Adam is still dealing with cyclists without lights.
If you get lights within the next 7 days, you don't have to pay the ticket.
You stop. Hop off here.
His colleague Roger has just spotted another offending cyclist.
Park your bike up over there. You haven't got any lights? No.
Well, I can't walk home to Histon just because somebody stole my lights.
Well, you can't ride the bike with no lights. That's against the law. So it's going to be a £30 fine. Okay.
You expect me to walk home from town to Histon because somebody stole my lights?
You want to report that as a crime?
I'm not going to waste my own personal time so you bureaucrats can write it down and make everything seem legit. Well, it's still been stolen.
Right.
Because I haven't reported it doesn't mean it hasn't happened.
This entire thing is null, isn't it? You are riding illegally on a bike with no lights.
No.
So where are your lights?
Find me, honestly, written a clause in the law that says it is illegal, against the law, to ride with no lights.
Other motoring offences. Pedal cycle. No specified obligatory
And
lamps.
what is this? This is a Home Office group offence.
Yes.
This is not an English common law.
Roger is an electronic engineer by day and has been a special for less than a year. With the man becoming argumentative, Adam goes to help his colleague deal with the situation.
So what's the issue?
The male that we confronted was busy having a debate with Roger, and Roger was busy telling him it wasn't a debate, you're getting a ticket. So I thought I'd step in. So it was just trying to get a bit of presence, show him that we're not backing down and you're going to have to deal with it.
This is going to start getting rather unpleasant
What,
for
because
you.
I went like that?
Yeah, you can't put your hand
I'm taking your fine and I'm going to leave, all right? But I don't want in any way to be associated with you two, and I don't like you, and I don't
Stop
agree
pointing
with
at
you.
me.
Despite two specials now dealing with the cyclist, he's getting increasingly agitated.
I think you, mate, are an idiot.
You're being very aggressive.
Honestly, mate, from the first moment I've got here, I've been polite, I've been coherent, and I've been intelligent.
You just
in my
called me an
discussion.
idiot.
In my view, you're an idiot. You're not very intelligent, mate.
Right.
All right? I'll take
Can
my
I see
fine.
some ID?
I'll take my fine.
The specials are keeping their cool despite being verbally abused by the man.
It's very common for people to get frustrated when they're pulled over for these minor offences. They forget that the police do other jobs too. They don't just approach criminals and arrest people. They try and keep people safe.
They'll lock me up next.
No, you'll get hit and go to hospital.
By who?
By a car.
If I get
He
hit,
seems to think he knew the law better than we did. The male didn't seem to understand that it was for his safety.
If I wanted to take the hard way, I'd shout and bawl and get arrested, but I'm not. I'm just telling you that you're both fools and that you're going to get my details in the end, so just wait your pleasant time. You've wasted mine, I'll waste yours.
But Roger's trying to tell the man that there is a way for him not to pay the fine.
So I can pay you a £30 fine for...
Well, you don't have to
lights.
pay it if you want to, and you're giving me the chance to talk
No,
about it.
I don't want to, but it's either that or go to court, which
No.
I even less likely want to. So at the end of the day, it's like putting somebody between a rock and a hard place.
I'm
saying,
telling you now,
I don't want to do this one, so do this, it's fine.
Roger was also trying to describe to him there is an option for him to get lights and have the ticket quashed, but he didn't want to listen to that.
I'm going to have one last go at expressing this scheme to you. There's a very...
Your opinion, mate.
No, there's a scheme going on at the moment.
What, get bike lights? I had one till some stole it.
Well,
if you want, understand that somebody stole
Sir,
my life.
you have to stop swearing. The next time you swear, you'll be arrested under Section 5 of the Public Order Act.
Section 5 doesn't exist in English common law, thank you very much. But
The specials are displaying immense patience with the man, but if the situation escalates, they can take further action.
You've got to have thick skin as a police officer. You're going to get called names, you're going to get sworn at, but there's a certain level at which you're going to take abuse. It was getting very close to arresting this male. He'd sworn on a number of occasions, even after he was warned not to.
The whole point is, I'm trying to tell you this.
I'm not shouting.
No,
I'm not
if you
swearing.
go and go and buy some more lights.
Let me tell you my bad day.
If you go and buy
to
some
make
more
me feel
lights,
better.
yeah.
My light's been stolen. I'm walking home. I've got a £30 fine. I've talked to two for half an hour. And
Sir, you've got to stop swearing.
It was fairly frustrating that he just didn't want to listen. He didn't want to listen to what we had to say. Everything we said just bounced straight back off.
After 15 minutes of being talked over, Roger finally gets a chance to make his point.
If you go and buy some more lights, okay, yeah, and take them to the police station, we will tear this ticket up.
Tear this up.
If you do that in 7 days. That's what I was trying to get across to you when you first started being extremely rude to me.
Well, you could have stopped me in my tracks with that line.
It's been very hard to.
Sorry,
you have been
could
very
have stopped
talkative.
me in my tracks with that line from the first second. You could have
I've
spoken
tried.
over me. You could
I
said
have
it over me.
tried. I've
You could
really
have said
tried
it
to
over
tell
me.
I've tried talking over you. You've been
You've
rude
tried
to me
talking over me,
instead.
but not with that line.
A frustrating encounter, I'd have to say, but he accepted the ticket at the end of the day.
As it's a ticket, I do have to caution you, but you're not under arrest. You do not have to say anything, but it may not harm your defence if you do not mention now something later on in court. Anything you do say will be given as evidence. Do you understand?
Jesus Christ.
Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Excellent.
I understand very
Have a good night.
The specials have successfully resolved the situation and avoided it escalating. It's dealing with scenarios like this that helps Adam develop as a special.
I've improved upon a lot of my skills, people skills, conflict management skills, and also helping the community, which is the main reason I joined. I get a lot out of being a special. I believe that I can make a real difference to people's lives doing this job.